welcome to Tales of Honor Podcast, a podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of the Congressional Medal of Honor. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Honor Podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and I'm coming to you from inside my new studio. Some of you may not care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I happened to move my studio up from my tractor shed, and which is where I'd been coming to you from before, because it's getting a little too cold down in there. It's not insulated, and I don't feel like freezing my tush off when I go down to record an episode for you guys. And now I'm doing this from the comfort of my own home. I cleaned out my closet. As odd as that sounds, my wife and I have a very large walk-in closet in our bedroom, and so big, in fact, that half of it still holds all of our clothing, and the other half now has a table for my podcasting. So if it sounds a little different, I'm still working out what I need to put in here to help with the sound quality, but for now, this will get us done. And tonight's episode is episode 46. We're almost to 50, and it's being brought to you by DesignCake Studios today, and it's going back to World War II, to the South Pacific. And our good friends DesignCake Studios, a small creative design company with big talent in graphic and web design. They're down in Florida. If you or your business need a look or maybe a new one, head on over to DesignCakeStudios.com. And look, I'd be dumb to preach something that I've never used before, but I've used them for my business cards. I've used them for my logo, and I've been more than happy with the outcome. And I think you will too. I wouldn't tell you to go if I didn't believe in it. So I'm always getting compliments on both my logo and my business cards. And when you do contact them, let them know that you heard about them here on the podcast. And if you do that, you'll get a free consultation. Pretty simple. Easy peasy. DesignCake Studios, fresh thinking, made bold. And now, a tale of honor. Edward J Moskala was born on the 6th of November, 1921 in Chicago, Illinois. Several years after high school, Edward entered the U.S. Army and was a private first class in Company C, 383rd Infantry Regiment, 96th Infantry Division. He deployed to the South Pacific during World War II, and on the 9th of April, 1945, participated in what is now known as the Battle of Okinawa. It was his actions that day at Kakazu Ridge that earned him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "He was the leading element when grenade explosions and concentrated machine gun and mortar fire halted the unit's attack on Kakazu Ridge, Okinawa, Ryukyu Islands. With utter disregard for his personal safety, he charged 40 yards through withering, grazing fire and wiped out 2 machine gun nests with well-aimed grenades and deadly accurate fire from his automatic rifle. When strong counterattacks and fierce enemy resistance from other positions forced his company to withdraw, he voluntarily remained behind with 8 others to cover the maneuver. Fighting from a critically dangerous position for 3 hours, he killed more than 25 Japanese before following his surviving companions through screening smoke down the face of the ridge to a gorge where it was discovered that one of the group had been left behind wounded. Unhesitatingly, Private Moskala climbed the bullet-swept slope to assist in the rescue and, returning to lower ground, volunteered to protect other wounded, while the bulk of the troops quickly took up more favorable positions. He had saved another casualty and killed 4 enemy infiltrators when he was struck and mortally wounded himself while aiding still another disabled soldier. With gallant initiative, unfaltering courage, and heroic determination to destroy the enemy, Private Moskala gave his life in complete devotion to his country's mission and his comrades' well-being. His intrepid conduct providing a lasting inspiration for those with whom he served. Edward was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor on the 26th of February 1946 and is buried in the Rock Island National Cemetery in Rock Island, Illinois. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you so much for listening to Tales of Honor podcast. And if you like this podcast, please be sure to leave a nice review and rating over on Facebook and on Apple Podcasts or on iTunes, however you listen. And be sure to tell a friend. You can see more information on Facebook, Instagram, and at talesofhonorpodcast.com. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to me at talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Christoph Ambroge. Thanks for listening.